I mean, so I guess technically this could be a video I'll post maybe on YouTube. If you're watching this, then this video's for you. Look at this, Bali. My goodness. You know, I just posted this on my Instagram, and I take this road like every single day. Like usually twice a day. There's been times 3 times I've taken this road, and I never really saw over here so much. Like you get used to it. As I tell you guys about zombie mode, I find myself in zombie mode as well. And I gotta snap myself out of it. And today I was like, let me just focus more. And I saw this little hut. Decided to come here and explore. Show you a little bit of Bali, the rural life. We're kind of moving soon. So I'm gonna be away from this part here in the north. But this is Bali. There's no tourist tours here or anything. This is really locals, how the locals live here. And I just wanted to just make this video, like I say, it's impromptu, I don't have my microphone or anything. I wanted to make this video as just a reminder to you all that the magic happens. I don't believe the magic happens when we arrive at our destination. I truly believe that all the magic in our life happens on the journey. All the magic happens from point A to point B. That's when the magic happens. And what happens is we don't look for magic when we're going from point A to point B. I'm at my home and I'm driving to Pepito's, which is one of the stores here, so I can get some tuna and go back home. But this here is the magic. And if I wasn't looking for it, I wouldn't have found it. I wouldn't have saw it. And I just wanted to make this video as just a reminder to all of you out there. First of all, I love you all so much. So many of you are new around here, and I just appreciate having you all here and going through your comments every single morning when I'm waking up. It just fills my heart with so much gratitude, and I wanted to thank you for that. And I want to remind you that the magic happens from point A to point B. That's where it happens. That's what we call the journey. Not about where you start, where you finish. Because everything is a point A to point B. From me getting on my bike, that's a point A to point B. From me not starting my bike to starting my bike, that's a point A to point B. But we kind of get caught in the big point A to point B. My home to Pepito's, to the store. And I was like, what if we just focus on the journey that we were in? We were where our feet were, as Jesse Itzler says, who's one of my heroes. He's Sarah Blakely's husband. And what if we take it one step deeper? This is something I usually do in a program, but let's take it one step deeper because I feel like you need to hear this today. What if our entire journey, point A to point B to all these points, what if it was just about who you become on that journey? What if that was all it was about? That life wasn't about, I gotta get this done, and you become just this official person who just checks off all these boxes all the time. You have a to-do list, you finish your to-do list, and then as soon as you finish it, you're focused on what I have to do next. And we kind of repeat this pattern over and over and over and over again. But what if you were to look at it as like everything is about who you become? And you ask yourself this question: who would I have to become to really start to enjoy the journey? Who would I have to really become to go from home to the store and take in all the beauty around me? Because we often get caught in we get caught in this do mode, like I have to do this. But what if it wasn't about what you have to do? Your day, your week, your month. What if it was about who you had to become? Because once you've become it, then you do it. If you want to be like The Rock, I love The Rock. I've been with The Rock since he was Rocky Maivia. Most people don't even remember those days. And if you want to become like The Rock, doing what he does is hard. I've done The Rock's workout and I'm about to start back doing it again soon. I'm doing an experiment on myself for Project Health that's coming out. It's been a 2-month experiment I've done on myself, but more on that in Project Health. Or I think it's going to be called Alpha Health. And we can think like what The Rock does. Like, just look at his workout list and do it. But you'll feel that it'll be hard. The desire won't be there, and you'll probably stop soon. You won't have as much fun. But what if I told you it's about becoming him? It's about becoming Dwayne Johnson. Up here, what does he believe? What does he think about this situation? Because then you don't just follow his workout and his regimen. You become him, his beliefs, his ideas, what he thinks, How's he able to get up at 4:30 in the morning? When I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, what am I thinking? No, you have to think what he thinks. Because then you've modeled. That's literally modeling someone. That's how we all mostly model our parents, and then after that, we kind of just bounce around from person to person to person. But what do they think? What do they believe? So many of you guys have wrote me like, Luke, thank you so much. You've inspired me to go out. Or you inspired me to travel. Hey, Luke, I brought a one-way ticket. So many of you guys I have one-on-one calls with coming up this week. On Thursdays is the creative calls. And, you know, as I'm thinking about, as I'm talking to you guys, without knowing it, you guys who have traveled, and most of y'all who schedule these calls, it's linked below, by the way, because you guys are really serious about it, and I love talking with you. In a way, you've modeled kind of what I've done. Not traveling to the places that I've traveled, but because I share with you my beliefs, my thoughts, what I think about something, you pretty much know what I think. And you know what I would say about it. As most of my clients, I say, imagine if I was there, if I was the fly on the wall, what if I was just standing behind you? Would you do it then? Like, yeah. Because you know, I would do it. I would take the scary action. So in a sense, you guys who have broken out of that, who you were before, you've taken something that I've done and modeled it. And this is not about me, but just to show you what modeling is. It's very powerful in NLP. But modeling isn't doing what I do. It's not coming to Bali and going to Bulgaria and going to Ukraine. It's about the belief systems that were implemented to be able to do that. Getting over the fears. This person who you see, Lukelifecharms, like I created this person. I built this person. I built this person while I was tearing down the other person who I was and I didn't like. And I started from scratch, looking at why do I look at everything the way I do? And understand that nothing was wrong with me. So many of you were raised to think something was wrong with you. First thing I tell my clients is there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, nothing's wrong with you. There's just a lot of beliefs that don't serve you anymore. You don't need them. And the quote I like to tell people is an iPhone. I don't know about you, most people use iPhones, but you probably don't have the iPhone. I remember when the iPhone 3 came out, then the iPhone 3G came out, and then the iPhone 3GS. Bagi, bagabar. And I remember when the iPhone 3GS came out, and that was like the newest iPhone to have. And I remember I was living in Australia at the time, and I paid a lot of money for this phone, and I had to call a lot of places to get it. And look at that was 2008. I look at right now, if you were to give me the iPhone 3, 3GS, I wouldn't even, like, I can't use this thing anymore. And that was only 10 years ago. But some of us operate on the same belief system that we were raised on. And it's not serving us anymore. We're told what to do, and then we do what we're told. This is the operating system. The operating system a lot of us wait on is the operating system of waiting for things to be over. Waiting for work to be over. Waiting for the kids to finally be grown and through this phase. Waiting for them to get through the next phase. Waiting for them to move out. Waiting for them to come back and visit us. Waiting to be able to travel. Waiting to be finished work and retiring. And we spend so much of our life in that waiting mode, for waiting for things to be over. When I just want to remind you guys, life can be so beautiful. It can be so beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you changing a little bit of things about thinking who you have to become, not what you have to do. Changing little belief systems. Like in the podcast, you guys don't know there's a daily podcast out. It's called Life Charms. We talked about if you just agreed for 10 days to work, to focus on changing your mind. Meaning if you believe one thing, but you find proof that that's not true, you can change your mind. Because most of us stay stuck in the same thing because we don't change our mind. We stick to one thing regardless of what happens. You say, hey, I need to get over there to that mountain. So you walk through this field, and all of a sudden you think, I can't take a day off. I got to keep going. I got to go straight no matter what. I got to keep going. I got to get to there. And you take the same path instead of seeing, well, it's filled with snakes, so we need to figure out something else. Maybe change your mind. What if you found a different way? What if you went back to where you started and asked around? If you asked for help. It's a huge thing that I've been working on myself that I've pretty much broken through, but I still have a little ways to go. We're taught not to ask for help. In school, if you don't know the answer, you fail the test. I didn't know about half the answers on half the tests I probably took in my life. But I realized growing up and in the real world, you can ask for help. The things that you're horrible at, I'm horrible at chemistry. I can hire someone who's great at it. I can watch videos on someone else who's teaching me how to do it. There's no need for me to have to try to figure it all out myself. And I just wanted to, like I say, just make this video. I know it's not the best quality. I'm literally shooting this on my phone, but I wanted to just share this with you and let you know that the magic happens from point A to point B. And I know so many of you guys here, you send me comments or emails after videos like this, and I truly appreciate you all. But remember, guys, the magic happens not from here to here. It happens in between there. Who do you become in between there? Who do you become to go to the mountain? It's not about getting to the top of that mountain, which is great, but what if you worried about who you were becoming? The things you had to overcome. So when you got to the top of the mountain, you weren't the same person when you started. Like most of the people who crossed America back in the 1500s, when they would go for gold in California, and they would start in Virginia and the states that were around, when they got to California, they weren't only a different person, they had a different family. It took years. People died off. People were born. People were slaughtered. They became a completely different thing in this journey. And I guess I want to say this for you all on your journey right now. Who are you becoming? And if you were to focus on that, focus on the magic of point A to point B. Point A to point B. The magic is in the middle. Just want to make this video. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves today. A long day for us ahead. And yeah, just wanted to, this is like one of those impromptu videos. This is my day off from videos because it's a big day. But for you, I felt motivated and something I love to do. Thank you for watching. Speak to you guys all later. And in the meantime, everyone, always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile. Ciao. Bali, Bali, Bali.